Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Free Assange Vigil. I am Misty. That is Eric. Jesse Jet's going to be here in just a little bit. He just texted me and said he will be here shortly. So we have just another chill show. We have some updates, some good news. But first, let's get through the numbers. Let's do that first. So as of February 4th, 2022, we have 477 days of illegal and arbitrary detention for journalist and publisher Julian Assange. 1,030 days since the WikiLeaks founder was kidnapped and trafficked from the Ecuadorian embassy after being sold to the UK in exchange for a $4.2 billion loan from the IMF. 394 days since Judge Vanessa Bracer denied Assange bail just 2 days after motioning for his release in her ruling against extradition. 1,625 days of inhumane pretrial detention for alleged Vault 7 whistleblower Joshua Schultz. 1,030 days since the start of the political persecution of Ola Binney. 310 days since the drone program whistleblower Daniel Hale pled guilty to one charge under the Espionage Act. 116 days since Hale was transferred to a communications management unit at United States Penitentiary Marion in Illinois. 914 or possibly 13. Eric said I might be wrong, and I had 914, but apparently we're gonna check Donzinger's tweeters. Apparently he said 913, so I'm gonna be upset if I'm wrong because I've been saying it wrong the whole time. 238 days since hacktivist Commander X was arrested in Mexico and extradited to the United States. And our good news, we have 66 days since Craig Murray was released from prison. 235 days since Reality Winner was transferred to home confinement. She is now on parole, which is still bullshit. 693 days of freedom for Chelsea Manning, 443 days of freedom for Jeremy Hammond, and we have 66 days until DC. Whoop, whoop. Really, I think it's more like, I need to check the date on that too, because I might just have that as the date of the Assange event, and I'm hoping that you guys will come for the End the Damn War stuff, which is the day before. So the 10th and 11th, we definitely have actions lined up. There may be more things in development, but yeah. Anyway, Eric, how you doing, dude?
Hanging in there. I'm just double checking, and so he said 913, but he could be wrong too. I mean, he's.
I don't think Stephen Donzinger is wrong about how many days he has been in.
Is he doing the like chalk marks, like the chalk marks on the wall? With
I don't know. Hold on, I'm looking it up because. Oh, it helps if I spell it right. Jesus, I'm a hot mess tonight, typing wise, you guys. It's ridiculous. It really is.
You're dealing with a lot.
No, I cannot type. Like, I seriously just typed the wrong letter 3 times in a row, like the same wrong letter. It's just ridiculous. Okay, hold on. So looks like okay. I guess I should share this. We can just go ahead and do this right now. News today. Here we go. Jumping right into it. Breaking, the ankle bracelet has been hacked off and I'm heading home. This black claw was both a real and symbolic taking by Chevron of my freedom and peace of mind for 913 days. Outrageous in the extreme. Full release coming on April 25th. I'm thrilled. So
what is the full release? What does that mean exactly?
I'm not sure entirely. I just think that means he's completely done. So I think he's on house arrest, but he's probably still under some kind of probationary period or some shit. Sure. I'm sure. I'm not positive. I would actually really like to talk to him. He follows me, but I'm always so afraid to ask people. Why would you want to talk to us? You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, but I'm going to say 913 days because that's what he says. But according to my app, it's 914. But what the fuck do I know, right? Okay, so that's good news, though. So here, he kind of explains some stuff here. To be clear, even without the ankle bracelet, I am not free. I am in home detention. Okay, so yeah, he's in home detention still.
That's what, yeah.
Yeah, until my sentence ends on April 25th. I cannot leave my home except for narrow reasons subject to approval from the Bureau of Prisons. Well, that sucks because I was going to ask him to come to DC and speak at the protests. I already threw it out there once. I don't know if he acknowledged it or not, but that would have been cool. Maybe we can get him to do a audio recording. Video's hard during the day. Can't really see it. Maybe we can do an audio recording or something. I don't know. He's shown a fairly consistent solidarity with Assange, so I would like to certainly repay that. Yeah. So breaking, just demanded the U.S. Supreme Court review my disbarment without a hearing based on Chevron's false witness testimony. The Bar Licensing Committee, run by corporate lawyers, violated due process and refusing to let me present evidence. This year, we take the fight to them. So, I mean, I like that he's not backing down too. That's good. Now he's going at them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I put him on top or near, not near the top of the list of people that are certainly not going to back down.
Yeah.
Especially what he's already endured. He's, for lack of a better way to put it, invested quite a bit of time into this. Um, I would say that backing down at this point would just feel kind of useless or pointless at that point.
Yeah. But it's still a lot. Like it's not
100%. It's still,
it's a
yeah, it's
lot.
still not like going to work every day kind of thing.
Well, and that's why I like, sorry, I just plugged my phone in, but that's why I like the solidarity that is shown, generally speaking, in that community, because like the whistleblower because, that's a very similar fight. It's brutal. Like it's brutal, like to go up against some of the most powerful, rich, most resource people. You know what I mean? That's not easy. So,
Chevron being one of
Chevron
those.
or like John Kiriakou, like they went after John Kiriakou, destroyed his life. They do that with everybody. They've done it to
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea. They've done it to Snowden. I mean, Snowden, I will say, I think Snowden's reached the other side. Like the narrative surrounding Edward Snowden has certainly shifted a great deal. Like he is seen much more favorably than he used to be. And that's not uncommon. Like it'd be cool if we could support people who do like tell the truth and do courageous things in real time, like while they're doing it. Instead, we wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For
Do
forever.
you? Okay. This is something I've haven't thought of too much, but then for some reason it seems to be popping up more and more recently. Is like just the way like Gary Webb was treated.
Yeah,
Um,
we should do like a
and
whole ass show on Gary Webb.
yeah, and just how that process seemed to be similar in respects to how they treated Assange, but it seemed like, and I don't remember the exact timeline, if it was a matter of 10ish years from start of when he began his reporting on the importing drugs into the U.S. and everything else that went along with that to the time he was suicided.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We should really do a whole ass. I was just trying to pull up a good article on it, and we need to do a whole ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if we could find somebody to talk to. Like, who would be good to talk to about Gary Webb? Okay, I don't know. See, we do this sometimes. It turns into a production meeting.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's almost you don't want to know who the person would be to talk to about Gary Webb because you don't know how
Hang on, I
close
gotta
they
yell at my
are
kid
to
real quick.
everything.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. Go ahead. Well, continue your thought. Hold on. I gotta yell at
No,
my kid.
it's just when you are dealing with people that close to someone, and not to suggest that they would know, um, uh, had known Gary Webb in the past or anything like that,
Yeah.
but that they are close to maybe his family now and or people that are close to him or close to the story that he broke, and just how dangerous that potentially could be. Not that should get us to not want to learn more about it, but are those things that you ever think about when because it's not like you're super close with Assange's family, but you have interacted with them in the past, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And did you ever get any kind of like jitters or kind of
Of
intuition that
course.
maybe okay, yeah.
Like nervous about meeting them?
No,
What do you mean?
about like that you're getting too close and that you're on someone's
Oh.
radar.
Oh, I'm sure I am at
Yeah.
some level, but I mean, I am really it is what it is.
Yeah.
I am really not all that important. I don't really have any power. I have like Steve gets mad because I say I don't really have a lot of contacts, and I really don't. I mean, I have some. But yeah, like I'm not that important, dude. I'm really not.
No, so but like maybe not right now, right? But like
No,
all
but
the
yeah,
time
I get what you mean. Like
if you
that,
start
sure,
going to
certainly,
yeah. Yeah.
certainly, you would be a fool to not be uh aware
Right.
of.
I mean just within our circle, and some of the people that I interact with, there's times where I'm like, am I on some sort of list now just because I'm interacting with certain individuals that
Yeah,
get
you are.
harassed on a regular basis?
Yes.
You know? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, like you like being on this show, you being friends with me, you being friends with Steve, like those are all yes.
Hmm.
Yes. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
part of it though. I mean, really, it really is just part of it.
I mean, if you think about it, I don't know the details, but I can only assume that it's something that Steve did was the reason his car got bombed or whatever, however you want to
Yeah,
put
maybe.
that.
I try, like yes, that's definitely possible. I don't want to say
Yeah.
that was it for sure. Cuz shit does happen, and if you like you have to park out in like a driveway or out in the street, shit can happen.
Right.
But yes, that is a definite
Also a
possibility.
major coincidence if it was not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Steve has talked to, and I'm sure you have as well, some people who I think take some major precautions on what they do and who they interact with and what information gets out there about themselves or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. No, yes. I mean I'm certainly aware of it. I try not to think about it too much. Hi, Jesse.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely aware that that's like an issue that we all face, and we're all aware. I think we're all aware of it.
Yeah. Jesse, I'm just trying to really darken the mood here, and
he is.
And
he's like asking me if I'm worried about being on some kind of a list, and like people are
Yeah.
watching.
Nice. Okay.
yes.
All right.
getting suicided by the CIA, the typical things.
I did have a week ago a moment where like a car pulled up behind me in just this weird kind of abrupt way, and you just had that split second where like normally you wouldn't think twice about it, but all of a sudden I was like, oh, is this it? Here
Is this the
I'm
beginning?
about to meet Jeff Bezos. This is going to be cool.
Yeah. In the worst way possible. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Always wondered what it's like to be waterboarded.
Oh no.
I don't. I've read about it far too many times. I
Mhm.
don't need to know. I don't need personal experience with that. I'm good. Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. I've had to read way too much about that kind
Mhm.
of shit and learn about and hear about. Whew.
Yep.
At least we won't get it like the way like Ted Kaczynski did, where he got it probably, the worst as it gets.
Yeah.
I'm not that smart, and I'm,
No. And again, I'm not that significant. Like people ask me that all the time. And honestly,
Mhm.
if they're paying that much attention to me,
Mhm.
they're dumber than I thought. Like I really am not anybody important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it'd be weird if you're weird.
We're small fish, Nothing
Very
wrong with
much
that.
so. Yeah. I'm seriously just some chick in Ohio. It's weird when people attribute like obsess over my tweets. Dude, that's why I say buy a plant. That weirds me out. You are I don't know what to say about that. My life is so fucking boring. Really? I'm a mother. Like I have some shows, I talk to cool people, but other than that, like I'm taking kids to basketball practice. And you know what I mean? Like my life is not that cool. I'm not that cool. It's fine. It's weird. Sorry. It's been happening again recently, so I'm very ranty about it.
It's election season.
It's gonna get worse.
Time. Yep.
It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Oh, ridiculous. I need more weed.
Edibles? Anyone? No?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we should. I have more news. Jesse, do you have like a time limit, sir?
No, I'm good. So
Okay.
go ahead.
We just talked about Donziger. He got his thingy cut off today.
Yeah, he
which
did.
is dope.
I'm still here.
He's
I just
still
have
on. Okay. He's still on home confinement until April 25th, which is stupid. But at least he's got his bracelet off, and that's part of it. So let's see, what else did I have? Oh, okay. So I guess we should talk about which one do I want to share first. Okay, I'm gonna share Johnny Button's thread first because he understands crypto and I don't. So I'll let him explain it to you guys. Okay, so Wow, see, here's the power of crypto. So there's this thing out there that just guaranteed at least 6.8 million or 2,368 Ethereum, I'm guessing, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know crypto, Eric? Because I don't. It confuses me.
I am still a newbie to this, but I know a little bit.
It confuses me. Okay, so is going to Julian Assange's legal defense fund to help free Julian Assange. Let me explain what's going on. Thank you, Johnny Buttons. I know he knows a little bit what he's talking about. So, so here is the little thingamajig from WikiLeaks. And then he says, so there's this like super famous, I've never heard of him, but it's not my thing. Digital artist who's creating a 1-to-1. Is that how you would say that? NFT.
One, yeah.
Okay. Oh, so just one. There's going to be one single one. Okay. NFT called Censored. So they have had record-breaking sales on the NFT marketplace last year. And so now they're collaborating directly with WikiLeaks. I've seen tweets where they're kind of saying that they're collaborating directly with Julian Assange, and I have questions about that.
Is that more to be suggested that they're dealing strictly with WikiLeaks and not Assange?
It's been like kind of. I'll go find it as soon as we're done reading through this. But it's been very specifically like this artist. I forget what it actually goes by. Like just Pac maybe, or I don't know. Is collaborating with Julian Assange, and I just have concerns about that. Just because I'm very cautious here, because in the assurances, one of the things that they say that they can use against him is if he says or does anything that they deem to be offensive or a threat to national security. And so doing something like this, I'm just like curious about the legal risk. Anyway, that's just me being like, paranoid. I have no doubt that this is a good idea, because they did, or maybe not I don't want to say that, but it could be an effective idea, because they did the Ross Ulbricht one, and they raised like $12 million, I think, for his defense. So, I mean, I don't know.
Was that crypto as well, or was that just dollars?
Yes. No, that was crypto too. Okay, so all proceeds of the auction of the NFT will go directly to Julian Assange's legal defense team. So that's that. It could have ended there, and some people could have tried to bid what they could to get that NFT, which they already expected to have big bids because of the artist. So what this group is doing, it's basically a decentralized, autonomous organization that is raising the funds to bid on the auction. So they're raising money to drive the auction prices. I guess is the idea here. So this is the power of crypto and NFTs. They're bringing together artists, legal teams, and supporters of a cause together to help free Julian Assange, which all sounds great, but I am honestly just hyper skeptical of everything, and I have questions, and
they will literally use anything they can against him.
Yeah. And so I just it just seems like it kind of came out of nowhere, but I do know Gabriel's involved, so that I like Gabriel. I mean, he's always been nice to me.
Yeah.
He seems like a good dude. I mean, but yeah, I have questions, and I think that's fair. We need to get somebody on who is like involved or periphery, or who just is like very like understands it all and can explain it to dumb people. I don't really understand this stuff. And yeah, that would be cool if we could just get somebody. That would be cool. Maybe I'll try to do that. Okay, I'll try to do that.
I mean, the crypto stuff, I'm kind of, I think I have a really basic knowledge, and I think I have an even more basic knowledge of the NFTs, other than just like it's digital art, essentially.
Okay, so I do have the Courage Foundation put something out about this. We can let's read a couple of these articles, or at least skim through them and see if we can kind of figure out. So this is here. Let me pull it up so you guys can see what I'm looking at. I hate that it's so many clicks to share screen. I'm so lazy. Okay. So censored record-breaking artist Pac. I was right, Pac. I'm so bad at names. Joins forces with Assange to make NFT history. So censored is a digital art collection created by NFT artist Pac in collaboration with imprisoned WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. So that's what I'm talking about, Eric, right there. That's very directly says
collaboration
with Julian Assange. And so I'm just, I don't know, like, I don't know. That makes me a little uneasy there.
Did they go into that anywhere? Did he like get to talk to him or have a message passed along?
I don't know. That's what I did.
Are you working
directly? Stella who is collaborating
Yeah.
with him, and what does that mean for him legally? Does that mean
Mhm.
do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just have questions. That's all.
Is it
So
just a poorly worded thing in the article
maybe,
too?
but Courage Foundation is, I mean, generally pretty good. But yes, I can contact somebody there. Maybe they have the answers. If somebody knows somebody that has the answers, send them my way. Because here's the thing, like this is where I prove I don't have connections because I wouldn't even know who to call, talk to. Really, I mean, I know the Courage Foundation, I know people
Can you
from there,
scroll
but
down just a little bit on that article for
yeah,
me?
yeah, I was going to go through it.
Oh, okay.
So Package dropped some hints with tweets about censorship and freedom. On January 5th, Pack's Twitter account tweeted 999, signifying the number of days that Julian Assange had spent in prison. The following day, they tweeted, quote, define freedom, end quote, followed by, quote, freedom as a medium, end quote, and linked to a WikiLeaks tweet. Renowned digital artist Pac is one of the highest grossing artists alive. Known for pushing conceptual and stylistic boundaries, Pac became a household name in the traditional art world after Sotheby's auctioned his collection, the Fungible, in April 2021, selling for for just $16.8 million. In December 2021, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. Award-winning author, and it's weird that they did author, journalist. Okay, author. Australian award-winning author and publisher Julian Assange is the world's most famous living political prisoner and freedom of speech campaigner. Again, weird. We're leaving out journalists. The U.S. government is seeking his extradition to put him on trial for publishing documents evidencing war crimes against civilians by... Okay, we know all this. I just want to know what this thing means. How will it work? Let's skip ahead, shall we? NFTs are typically auctioned over a period of 24 to 48 hours. NFTs are traded using blockchain technology and are usually sold on the Ethereum network. The code for the NFTs will be contained within the Ethereum blockchain itself. See, okay. This means that the computer code that generates the artwork exists on the blockchain and can therefore not be manipulated, corrupted, removed, or censored. This ensures data permanence and avoids the problems associated with some NFTs that rely on links to external servers. Okay. Proceeds of the NFT will go to benefit Julian Assange's defense fund as he fights blah blah blah. Okay.
So this is, if I can pause for just a moment.
Yes.
So this is where my confusion begins. So Ethereum essentially is like the next token after Bitcoin. Okay. I've heard a lot about blockchain through different coins within the Ethereum umbrella. Okay, because there's a bunch of coins that fall underneath Ethereum. One of them being a highly touted, depending on who you talk to, coin called Chainlink. And this is the coin that's essentially backed by the World Economic Forum. So they're all over when they talk about the blockchain and and this and that and the other thing. So this is where I don't know where streams begin to cross and where we should start to be nervous when.
And I don't know where it gets cloudy. Where are we just exploiting a platform? Or are we somehow intertwined? Like, do you know what I mean? There's like, great. I don't know. All of this just makes me uncomfortable, and it's just because I don't understand it, and I really just need to learn more about crypto. But I just haven't. I really should, because then I would feel better about.
I make my kid watch at least one crypto video on Sunday, and just kind of take a couple of notes. And just so he's up to speed, just so when he reaches adult age,
I should start doing that.
Yeah.
Will you be my dad? Sometimes I need somebody to like remind me to do things. I need like somebody like a teacher or something to come and.
He's got a checklist every Sunday, and that's one of them.
I do love a good list. I should make lists more. It's the only way I get anything done. Severe ADHD, only way I can get anything done is if things are written out, and even then. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. I have a lot of dry erase boards in my home, and there's a lot of times where there's empty check marks for weeks at a time.
Yeah. I have a calendar that I live by. We're getting very off topic here, but
we are.
I have a calendar that I like. It is my life. If anything happened to my calendar, I would be very confused. Yeah. All of my shows are written on there. My kids' practices, all of that stuff. I could not survive without it. Legitimately. Okay. So,
that's where, because I was invested in Chainlink before I completely understood that this was the World Economic Forum coin without it being called the World Economic Forum coin.
Right. Yeah. Anything WEF is involved in, I really don't want any part of. Oh, here's another article.
None.
Yeah, none. Okay, so my friend Emmy from London, who's part of the London Assange crew, and I'm telling you, those people are amazing. I know that they don't all get along, and they probably all don't like me, and I probably wouldn't like all of them, but I have so much love and respect for what all of the London crew does, all of them, because there's a couple different like subgroups. They're amazing. They're out there all the time, you guys. Like once a week, twice a week. It's all the time. Yeah. I mean, people like Eric and Allie and Emmy and Deepa, and there's just so many. James, there's so many. Which one was I trying to share? Oh, this one. Okay. So, all right. So this is from. I think they've raised more than this now. I think it's over 6 million, but this says 4 million. So let's see. Let's see if we can find the newest total. I already shared that, right? Okay, good. Yeah, because I really just want to talk to somebody. And like I have other friends who also need to want to know. Like I've had a couple different Assange supporters ask me, "What do you think about this?" I'm like, I honestly don't know, but I'm skeptical.
Okay, sorry about that, and we're back.
No, you're fine. Okay, so this says this is. Oh no. Hold on, let me find. Okay, so far this is 11 minutes ago, and this person, I don't know, I'm going to try to find other sources for this too, but this says 7.8 million so far in Ethereum.
Well, and that number is going to fluctuate by the minute.
Yeah.
Whether there's more money being donated or not, that number fluctuates at quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I hate being such a skeptical person. I don't trust anybody or anything. So this is over 9 million. WikiLeaks tweeted 26 minutes ago. The newly formed group or whatever has now raised over 9.1 million to free Julian Assange.
Interesting, since that was the number that the GoFundMe for the truckers was stolen.
Oh yeah, we need to talk about that too. We need to talk about that too. Yeah. Hold on. We're gonna talk about that. So this is WikiLeaks, so I trust these numbers here. So,
and this was just
this
was half hour ago.
Yeah, half hour ago. Yep. Okay, I mean, I'm open to it, but I'm still fucking skeptical of all you bitches. All of you, everybody. That's why I don't get offended when people are skeptical of me. I get it, but you're dumb. I mean, sorry, but there's no grift here, dude. Zero. I've asked for people to show proof of a grift. They got nothing. All right, let me see. What else do we have? What else did I say? What did I just say? Oh, the truckers. Right.
Yep.
The GoFundMe. Sorry, I didn't have any of this shit pulled up before we went on because
so obviously this has all happened today, but was there an explanation? Was it the Canadian government that put it into it?
Okay, so here's the statement. Okay. Let me pull this up for you guys too, so you can see it. Okay, there we go. So GoFundMe supports peaceful protesters, and we believe that was the intention of the Freedom Convoy 2022 fundraiser when it was first created. We now have evidence from law enforcement that the previously peaceful demonstration has become an occupation with blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Sorry. Fuck you, GoFundMe.
That was very deserving.
I just figured
to ensure GoFundMe remains a trusted platform, we work with local authorities to ensure we have the detailed factual understanding. You don't have detailed shit. Seriously? Mm-hmm. Really? The cops gave you proof of some agents that were sitting there with like a pallet full of bricks conveniently.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? This is this is a
Yeah.
cop
An
out. This is a
1800
cop
long
out.
pistol
Yeah.
that they took off the street.
Cop out. Not impressed. I'm not impressed. GoFundMe. This is not impressive.
Yeah. Horse shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I call bullshit, fans. All the way.
Were you guys on the up and up on how corrupt GoFundMe was? I was not aware of this.
No, not really.
Surface level. I never really like
Yeah.
dove into it a
It's
lot.
it's the platform everybody uses. I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Okay, here we go.
Just like Spotify. It's like the platform everyone
Yeah,
uses.
but like I
corrupt
should
could it be,
I
right?
should have done more research into GoFundMe. I've used it several times just
Yeah.
recently, but I just use it because it's the one everybody uses.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first time I
Had to
ran a
get.
GoFundMe was just a few months ago, and like I haven't had any problems. They take a lot of money, but I've never had any problems yet. I should knock on wood. I did just say "Go fuck you, GoFundMe" on air. That could hurt me. Maybe if somebody sends word of that. Oh goodness. Yeah. So GoFundMe has removed its donation page to the Freedom Convoy 2022 after determining it violated its terms of service due to unlawful activity.
Yeah, exactly. Like what's the unlawful activity? Was it
some cops went in like not undercover, but in their bad costume. You can always like it's like Fed Fest. You can see it. There's those pictures. Oh, I wish I could pull them up. I forget who tweeted them though. But yeah, it's and they go and they bring have like a bag full of bricks or some shit. And then they start a fight or they start, you know what I mean? It's always that. It's always that. Always.
That's why masks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every single time. And then all of these corporations have an excuse to pull support. And when I was talking to Eric about this before we started the show, this is the first thing they did to go after Julian Assange and WikiLeaks is they attacked their ability to fundraise. That's why, I mean, WikiLeaks had to get into Bitcoin very early. Like they had to switch to, they had no choice. I mean, very early on, they were on the crypto train because they were given no other options.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
what
it makes
a benefit
sense.
that was to them as a result.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, really. It really was. So, yeah, but GoFundMe pulling this, and I mean, I'm not surprised. Of course, they're gonna. The cops are gonna tell. They're gonna do what they're told. They're gonna do. I won't use GoFundMe again, though. I promise that.
I don't know if you guys remember, but during the early parts of the George Floyd protests, there was at the 3rd precinct where, if you remember, that was the police station that was basically overthrown and was trashed. And across the street from the 3rd precinct is this like shopping district. So there's like a Target and some other stores and things like that. One of them being an AutoZone. And there was a suspicious guy who ended up being a St. Paul police officer. That had initially started the fire around the AutoZone. And then there was someone who was recording it on their phone. People going like, "Hey, dude, what are you doing?" And confronting this guy, and then somebody had like a drink in their hand or a smoke or something. I forget what it was. Tossed it aside, and they were actually going to go toe to toe with the guy. It was a hilarious video, but I mean, it was one of those obvious like, here is someone who is there planted to start the shit to kick it all off. You know?
Yes.
And you can tell when people who are there for a purpose and aren't there for violence, which it's a strange comparison to make, but like if you've ever been at like a metal show or something and you're like in a mosh pit, there's this communal purpose as to what you're doing. But if someone falls, everyone stops and they help that person up and they'll like make sure they're okay and that they didn't lose their glasses and shit like that. And there's this communal sense of that same thing. It's like, hey, what are you doing? We're not here to vandalize shit. We're not here to break windows. We're here to yell at them. We're here to get like, it stands out like a sore thumb when you're there to just fuck shit up. And
here, hold on. They always look like this.
Yeah. No, this is what I'm terrified of when I go to protest, because like I'm cleanly shaven, like I'm a white guy, obviously.
I would eyeball you.
Oh, I know, and like, but I just got a baby face. I can't grow facial hair. What am I supposed to fucking do? You know?
No, I get it, but it's not your problem. I don't trust anybody. I side eye everybody at Actions. You know what I mean? I'm always waiting for somebody to try to pull some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of it. But yeah, I would definitely side eye you some. There's better pictures, but I wish I could find them. I think it was Reed, maybe, or maybe it was Magnus. I don't know, but it was recently. There was something, I even forget what it was, and there was just a
Yeah, I know what
bunch
you're
of
talking about.
douche canoes looking
And they're
like
wearing,
feds.
and they're the wearing the white mask, like around
Mhm.
kind of this area,
Yeah.
sort of.
What was that from? I can't find it.
Yeah, what was the most recent event? That's what it was from.
I don't
can't think of it
remember.
now.
My brain is frozen and I don't remember.
Well, and think about it. Like the last 2 years, there's been so many events. I mean, the last 5 years, if you want to go back that far.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, here. Hold on. I think I just found it. No, I did not. Nope. No, I did not. What is this? No, not that.
I'm just trying to think of what city it could have been in.
No, that's not. I don't know. This was from September. It was before that. It was closer than that. Let me see. I know I tweeted about it. That's why this is pissing me off. Because I said something about Fed Fashions, not Fed Fest, I think.
Fed Fashions.
Yeah, here we go. I found it, bitches. Oh, balls. Okay, here we go. Look at these turds. Oh my God. I forgot how funny it is. Okay, here we go.
It's Officer Chino, Agent Oakley, and
That's
Special
what I was
Agent-
thinking of.
Look at him.
Yep. Yeah, this is in
Oh,
Texas.
Mhm.
Look
It was
at
a
him. They're
truck
even
rally,
doing the
wasn't
like
it?
fan out.
Christ.
They're like
Yeah,
fanning.
spread out, mingle, guys, mingle.
Yeah.
Act natural.
Hello,
What?
fellow
Who
truckers.
decided on that? Who decided that white mask was
I was about to say-
the way to go?
Oh my God.
Relax your cheeks, Kevin. For God's
looks
sake,
like
relax your cheeks.
Is it? It looks like it could even. I don't know. Like that's a whole ass like head covering too. Like it's not even just a
Mhm.
mask.
Was it? So
Yeah, they're
I
so
don't think it was
obvious.
these guys specifically, but there was another group that had like these canvas tan hats and the white
Mhm.
wraparound
Yeah.
masks,
Mhm.
and it was like they were doing some sort of like video. It was like a collection of 4 of them.
Look at this chick. Can you guys see her? She knows what's up. Look at her.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Do you see? She's like, who the fuck is
Yep.
that?
Did you
They're
see
so
Addie's?
obvious.
What are you guys here for paintball?
Did you
Like,
see Addie's video calling out the Fed guy in DC at all? Just
Oh
a
yeah, when they
couple
just
weeks
got there
ago?
for the mandate thing. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did see that. Yeah.
And he's calling out the Fed guy, and then he
Mhm.
just fucking takes off. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, dude, nice earpiece. What are you listening to?"
They're not. I mean, honestly, they're not super
They're not the brightest.
shifty. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but they're kind of like it's so bad. Like, do they not realize? I mean, I know they're trying to look similar so that they can easily spot each other, but do you not realize? I guess
Yeah,
like
but
to
you're
every
wearing
to
the
every
same
day,
hat.
yeah, same mask, same hat, same like they walk the same.
I
You know what
know.
I mean?
Reminds me like
Ugh.
when I was growing up in Panama City, I worked at a couple like head shops, and one of the rules was like you called them water pipes. You couldn't say bongs, and that was one of the things they could like bust a store for. And so we had very strict verbiage that we stuck to. Well, cops would come in all the time to try to get you to say a word you shouldn't say so they could destroy all your stock. And it was such a Steve Buscemi, hello, fellow children, kind of just like they would come in
Yeah.
literally like some varsity jacket that they still had or something and trying to just
Yeah.
oh hey, so what do you think I would put in one of these things? Just sir, I'm trying to do my job. Can you you don't have anything better to do today?
Man,
They are
that's
so
pretty sad.
painfully obvious though sometimes. I mean, those like those pictures or that video we just looked at. That's
Yeah.
it's just painful. Can we actually talk about something that's not in any way Assange related, but that just really pisses me off? And so this whole Amir Locke thing and the no knock raid. Did you guys hear about this shit?
Yes. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yeah. So we covered this today on Facts on Friday. And this dude was straight up murdered and by a cop. I think just the one cop shot, I think is the story so far. But yeah, he was
It
murdered.
seemed like from that video, it seemed like multiple people started firing. Like one cop
That's
fired,
what I
and then
thought too,
another
but they're
cop fired.
saying I'm only hearing one name. Like what? So is he
Yeah.
the only one that shot, or is he the only one that hit him?
Patsy
or...
McFall guy is the guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Officer Patsy McFall guy.
Yes. Yeah. So, sorry, Kitty, whoever you are.
Yeah, it literally is. I mean, that's just kind of what they do. They barge in formation and start screaming, and they confuse one another. And like a fucking deer, they just get startled and
well,
start
I mean,
pulling the trigger.
this is why no-knock raids should not exist. This is fucking ridiculous. Are you joking me? You bust into somebody's house screaming and waving a gun in their face, and you don't expect them to act in self-defense and react. But if I'm somebody who has a gun nearby and somebody busts into my house, like yes, I'm grabbing my gun. Yes.
They say police the first time they open the door, and then it's just
get your
fucking there's not any like
you don't like you're not processing information. You're just woken up out of a dead sleep, and all of a sudden all you hear is noise, and you hear like there's lights and a gun in your face, and that's it. And it's like these split seconds, and they just shoot people. No-knock raids are the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard of.
Like Nick said earlier, like, we don't have Second Amendment in this country. If you can illegally own a gun and they barge in and kill you and use that as excuse, he had a gun, you know.
I mean, they shot that dude. He was even told him he was gonna get it out of his pocket. I'm gonna get you my concealed permit card out my pocket, and they shot him anyway. A dude shot him anyway. This is not the first time. Not the first time. Legal gun owner just chilling in his friend's house, sleeping on the couch, and he was murdered. I can't seriously. No-knock raids are fucking ridiculous, and we do not have Second Amendment. We have a very selective Second Amendment. That's what pisses me off when people
color-coded Second Amendment.
Yes, and that's what pisses me off about all these. Like, you won't hear the NRA. The NRA isn't going to come to this dude's defense. They're not going to talk about the fact this guy was murdered, legal gun owner. Of course not. He's black.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He's not white. They're not going to come to his defense. And that's it's very selective in this country whose Second Amendment rights we stand up for. And this shit pisses me off. And so I just really wanted to rant about it for a minute because we covered it earlier and I didn't really get to rant about it, and it makes me angry. So thanks for letting me rant about it, you guys. I really am pissed. They had a protest tonight, like a car caravan, which seems to be like the new effective way in COVID times to protest. Yeah.
So this isn't the one I was thinking of, because there was one that was, God, it had to have been last week or week before, maybe. Similar situation of a guy getting shot on the couch, and I thought it was the same one, but this was in Minneapolis. So I'm feel like I'm really behind the eight ball on this one.
What's the name on the other one?
Oh my God, I don't even know, because I watch those and then I try to erase them from my memory.
Yeah, you know? I can't.
Yeah, you wait a couple of weeks and suddenly someone else is killed in their home.
Well, that's just it, right? Exactly.
Yeah, only one I see coming up is for Amir Locke. I mean, there have been other. If you can find me, I don't know. There are a lot, so I would not be surprised if there was another one that I hadn't heard of. But yeah, I mean, and Jason. Oh, what's his name? Oh, I'm so bad at name. Jason, the guy that shot Laquan McDonald. What is his name? Jason. Hold on.
No idea.
So bad at names, you guys. I just covered this earlier today. Is it even Jason? I could be even wrong about that. Hold on. Okay. I want to say it's like Van Dyke. Jason Van Dyke. Yeah. I'm proud of myself on that one, you guys. Yeah. He was released yesterday. Today's Friday. Yesterday. Spent 3 years. He just shot that kid 16 times. And he's out in like 3.5 years, I think.
Was that a kid on the couch too? No.
That was in the street. He was like walking away from him.
Oh, you're talking about the one where
in Chicago, Rahm Emanuel. That one.
Well, was there like a almost like a wall of police on the street, and this guy he had a box cutter? Is it that guy?
No, this was a while back.
No. This was this was a while back. Hold on, I'll see if I can. He was 17, I think, right? 16 or 17. He was not. 16. He was under 18. Hold on. I hate that I get all these confused, and I don't.
I thought he was 16.
17-year-old. 17 years old. Yeah. Okay. Shot him 16 times. 3.5 years. 3.5 years. 3.5 years. Like our.
And I'm sure he'll be working somewhere again on the force.
Yeah.
in
Well,
no time.
here's what pisses me off is like black men who sell like a joint get like
Mhm.
so much more time than like 10, 15 years for that
Mhm.
shit. And this dude shot somebody 16 times in
Or
3
lose
years.
cigarettes and you get choked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
You might just get, you could just get killed. You know what I mean? And this dude spent 3.5 years. It's just like people who say our institutions are not racist.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you need
Yeah.
to see. I just don't. I don't. Yeah, so he had a knife. So he was walking on the street. He was behaving erratically while walking down the street, refusing to put down a knife he was carrying.
You know, this stuff happens in Minnesota so much.
The IDF trains.
Mhm.
What's that?
IDF trains their cops. IDF trains a lot of cops, but especially in
Yeah.
Minneapolis.
Mhm.
Well,
That's a big hub.
and oh my God, because we had obviously George Floyd, right? And then we had oh my God, the other kid that was in Brooklyn Park, I believe, like right after, like a year later. And that trial, it's either
Oh,
wrapping
yeah.
up or that's just finished or
The kid that was
still
live
going on.
streaming.
I don't think it was live streaming because I think that one was from a cop body cam. They pulled him over for a busted out taillight, I think.
Oh, okay.
And that was the one where the female cop went to tase him and grabbed the
Mhm.
wrong weapon and started shooting
Mhm.
him. You know, I was in the military for 10 years. I know the difference between what a gun feels like and what a taser feels like. And this is a cop who was on the force for like 20 some years. And you're telling me you couldn't
You
tell
don't
the
know your
difference
left from your
between-
right. Yeah.
Well, like that you couldn't feel the handle of a taser
Yeah.
and the handle of your pistol.
Mhm.
And you're telling me you can't tell the difference. That's
Yeah.
a fucking blatant lie as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know?
Ugh. And there's so many of them, you guys.
Mhm.
There's so many of them. Whatever. You know. So yeah, I just wanted to rant about that.
Steve's giving
no more
you shit
no-knock
for your
raids.
Steve's giving you shit for your Rage Against the Machine shirt, by the way.
They're now Rage with the Machine.
Mhm.
But hey, I mean, their old shit is still fucking pounding. I like it.
True.
I was raised on Rage. Still like their music. They suck now, but I mean, they don't suck. They haven't really played for a while.
Mhm.
But politically, they suck.
100%.
Oh, all the mask mandates and all that shit.
No, but
anyway,
and you're right though. The IDF, yeah, and isn't it pretty much across the board in any U.S. major city that or maybe I was confused. Maybe I thought it was the other way around with that, where we train the IDF, but you're saying the IDF trains city cops here in the U.S.
Yeah. IDF.
Interesting. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was the other way around, where we train the IDF.
No. Hold on. There's like a. Hold on. Apparently, there's some drama in the chat. What the fuck's going on?
I don't know. Somebody's having a bad day. But I love the Washington Post article title: Police video shows man shot by officer was on couch, had gun. Oh, okay. then that's all justified, I guess. Washington Post. Thank you. Thanks for clearing that up.
Oh, I can't find it now. There was I could find out the percentage of cops, but yes, lots of cops. Maybe Steve might know, but lots of cops are trained by IDF, and it's ridiculous. I can't believe that that's like a thing. I can't believe it's.
Yeah, pathetic.
Yeah, it's insanity. It is insanity. Oz, what?
Huh.
Yeah, there's bizarre shit going on in the chat. I just
Oz
ignored
is
it.
usually really cool. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Did you get hacked? Tell me what's going on. I'm very confused by that. Oz,
Is he talking about-
I don't know, but if you got hacked or if you're just being a dick, I'm not having it. So you can bounce yourself right on
Wow.
out the chat. I got no problem with you bouncing out the chat, homie. 2003, more than 200 cities have sent cops to Israel to train. Okay, yeah. 200 cities, you guys. Trained by the IDF. Fuck that shit.
So what? The IDF comes to these cities in the U.S. and they train the police.
No, we send them there a lot of times.
We send them to Israel.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
You didn't know about this? Really? This has been going on
No,
for a long
because
time.
see, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was like IDF would come and get like trained by our bullshit cops and then go back to Israel and then harass Palestinians.
No, yeah, no. They train us. We send our cops there. They train us. And then we come home. That's where we got the. If you can find a gazillion pictures of IDF soldiers with their knee on people's necks.
Oh, 100%. I saw
Yeah.
all that stuff after the Floyd stuff.
Yeah. I can't believe you're. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Oh yeah, no,
it's crazy.
So that begs the question, like, where is the IDF getting their training from then? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably a big clusterfuck of. I don't know. Where are they all getting their training from? The same psychopaths.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. Okay, did I have other shit? Hold on, I feel like I'm forgetting some shit. Let's see. Did that. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I did want to play this.
So did we confirm that it was GoFundMe is the one who made the decision to
the cops told GoFundMe that there was some assholes in the crowd, and so GoFundMe is using that as a cop out to say that they're breaking terms and services, and so they're shutting them down.
So then who holds the funds? GoFundMe does?
Somebody said that it's being donated to charity, but I don't see how you can just take people's money that was donated for one cause and just donate it to something else. So I don't know if that's legit, but I think a lot of people will probably file for refunds, or for somebody has said there's some other thing that you can do, some other way that you can request. I don't know what I forget what it's called. Yeah. But it's like basically like stop that. I forget what it's called. There was some term that they used for it, and I forget.
And then GoFundMe gets a huge hit as a result of that, right?
I would hope so, but I don't know.
If like max funds are returned.
Yeah.
Or even if it's not max funds, if it's a good chunk.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's fucked up. It's fucked up. They shouldn't be able to do that. So I'm saying, like, they shouldn't be able to do
Steve's
that.
saying he's got something. There's a link to get a refund. Oh yeah, okay. I think that's maybe where I saw it. Even
okay. Yeah, it just like right after we finished Facts on Friday, that shit happened. And I'm like, really? We were just okay. But anyways, let me play this. My cat is being annoying. Stop it. Why can't I? There we go. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gonna like randomly on different vigils start playing clips of Julian and shit that he says because it's prophetic. And yeah, this is one that popped up on, I think it was Stella's feed maybe a couple days ago.
Very shortly in most countries, and it's already happened in say China, most European countries, the United States, is the last free generation. You were born, and either immediately or within, say, a year, you're known globally. Your identity in one form or another, coming as a result of your idiotic parents plastering your name and photos over Facebook, or as a result of insurance applications or passport applications, transport on airlines, etc. You are known to all the world's major powers, all the world's major state powers, and all the world's major commercial powers. That's a very different situation for individuals to be in than they have previously been in. That a small child now in some sense, has to negotiate its relationship with all the world's major powers. Of course, in practice, it can't do anything. Its parents are not managing that negotiation. But it puts us in I think, a very different position in the sense that very few, in fact, maybe only a few people in this audience, very technically capable people, are able to able to live apart, to choose to live apart, to choose to go their own way. They must be part of not only the state, but the major state-like corporations, so powerful they may as well be states, and not just their own state, but other states as well. That's a significant change, cultural change for humanity.
When was that recorded?
That was, hold on. That was, I forget when he, hold on, I'll look it up. He doesn't have it on there.
That's the way he's talking makes it far more interesting. Because this is clearly more than 10 years ago.
2018. No,
Oh,
2018. Yeah.
So he did that at the embassy, obviously.
Yes. That was probably very shortly before his internet was yanked.
Interesting.
Yeah. And he's right, you guys. He's right. He's right.
And it's far more relevant now, even. I think, 4 years later, however long it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's right. Go ahead.
That's why you have people like Derek Bros, right? Who's got like a whole movement of living off the grid, getting how to opt out of the technocratic state is the book he wrote, how to survive in a world where you're not run by the state and the corporations who really, like Assange said, are the ones who actually run things.
Yeah, they are essentially states at this point. I mean, we're under complete corporate capture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We really are. Globally, almost. It's getting close. So, I don't know.
But so when Derek Bros was here back in early fall, I want to say, and I had a chance to talk to him. Emma knows him really well. And so Emma introduced me to him. And as I got talking to him, I'm like, trying to figure out the whole time that he's done the Freedom Cell project.
Mm-hmm.
How they had, just a few thousand members for the first, how many ever years of the movement. And then ever since COVID, they have like, I think over 20,000 members.
Yeah.
And so obviously I would have to think that a majority of those people were already kind of like radar is up, something's going on. And then obviously you have the whole COVID thing happen. And then they're like, all right, now I got to do something. Right.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
not a fringe movement, just like they described the trucker movement.
Fringe movement. They raise like millions of dollars.
And they're coming from all across the country in Canada. And then I don't know how serious the one that's supposed to have started out west and go across the country to DC. I saw whispers of that. I don't know the seriousness of it. And then I saw one happening in Germany. I saw one happening in Brazil,
Italy.
Yeah,
a couple different places.
A couple
different places.
And again, not nearly as big as the one in Canada. And I would like to know just exactly how serious the one here in the States is going to be. You would have to imagine it would be
the one in the States. That would be painful. I hope people are like, listen, I need you to listen to me. That would be painful if U.S. trucking shut down. And I'm not saying I'm against it. I'm just saying that will make things incredibly difficult for all of us. and we need to be ready for that, and we need to be prepared to take care of each other, and we need, because that seriously, I need you to
Charlie-
like get yourself ready.
Charlie Robinson brought this up in his last show. I don't know if you listen to Charlie ever.
No.
He does this. He does that combined show with Steve and a few other people, the Union of the Unwanted.
Oh,
And he does his own show
I'm bad at
independently.
names.
But he was speaking specifically about what you just said, where if that does happen here, be prepared, guys. Go out and get all your dry food now.
Yeah.
Because you are going to be SOL for a long time, and that could be 2 weeks, which is a long time to be without being able to go to the grocery store. Could be months, and on top of that, there's all the whispers about the cyber attack, right? So this is the other piece coming from the same people at WAF who did the simulation with the COVID scare back in October of 2019. Same people who were a part of that, same people part of the simulation of a cyber attack, talking about the whole internet being shut down. Well, then, no one's going to have money unless you have cash underneath your mattress, right?
Yeah.
And then it's kind of like that could, again, a week, 5 days, it could be 2 months, it could be, and so don't want to under prepare for something like that.
Yeah.
And people need to not, like, a lot of people, that's not going to happen, or you're and listen, I used to make fun of preppers too. I did, and I'm sorry for that. I really am, because they were right. Some of them take it entirely too far, and a lot of it's a shtick. But you need, seriously, start getting yourself ready in every way that you can. Whether it's, I need to start learning to grow food. I'm really terrible at plants. I know I say buy plants all the time. I'm really terrible at plants. But we all need to, like, whatever you can do it. Learn to, like, sew and make food and can, like, learn how to do all kinds, like fix cars, build shit. We're gonna need those skills, I think. And I mean, I would love to be wrong about that. I really would.
It's the one thing I would love to be wrong about.
I would really love to be wrong about it. But here's the thing: the United States is the world's largest empire, and it is going to fail. It is failing. We are living in it. Yeah, it's, I mean, that is not going to be pretty. That's not going to be pretty.
I mean, try to explain to your past self, your July of 2000 self, everything that's happened in the last 22 years, most of it would sound impossible. So, yeah. and that's why I think, like, for the next 20 years,
yeah,
I'm going to over prepare. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm playing catch up, honestly.
100%.
Playing catch up. I really do genuinely feel bad about making fun of preppers. I really do. Because I used to. I did. I thought that was just, overreaction. I thought it was good to be ready for some shit, like some weather events, have an emergency sleeping bag and an emergency radio, some batteries and some flashlights and maybe a little bit of food and, be
it
relatively.
Makes you almost think that Y2K was like a psyop to make anyone who prepared look like a freaking retard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was 18 when that happened, and I thought everybody was ridiculous. I'm like, what is happening? Yeah. I got so wasted that night. I'm not gonna lie.
I gotta just real quick scanning through the chat stuff, and Steve is killing me. I don't know what's going on. So funny. Oh my god.
Steve's always so funny.
Seriously, I was just.
Now I have to go back.
Yeah, now I do too.
Great. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth. That's definitely not Oz. It's just somebody with.
It's probably
like Oz's
yes.
profile.
It's because a lot of the and especially I've noticed, because I have a show now on KRTD, so now I'm getting their drama. A lot of people in the KRTD chats will make they made a fake account of me on YouTube, and so they go around and comment as if they're me, and they're not me, and they do the same thing with everybody, with Jimmy, with everybody, all of the KRTD people. There's fake accounts for all of them, for Reef, for Indy, for all of them, and it's
Yeah, that's definitely not like.
I had my own trolls, and now I have other people's trolls too, and it's not something I'm happy about.
Yeah, no, like I DM'd Oz a couple days ago to say like, "Hey, great job tonight," and got a little heart back. Like me and Oz have always there's absolutely no. That's hard shit.
Hey, my hair's on point.
That's a
you
pod
guys,
person. That's not Oz.
my hair's on point. Glory said so. It needs dyed again. Yeah, it needs. It does look really shiny, actually.
I didn't know where it's showing.
You do have shiny hair.
I do. It looks great. She's right, you guys. My hair looks great today.
Is that Vidal Sassoon?
I honestly don't know. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, man.
I think it's called Wow. Actually, maybe it's silver. I don't know.
Vidal Sassoon was that horrible commercial back in like the early 90s.
I know. I remember that.
Oh, I remember.
They had all the supermodels. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
Did somebody say supermodels?
Oh wow! I can't do that. I can't do that.
I don't know if Vidal's still a thing. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I have no idea. It has to be. Come on, that was a big fucking deal. Hold on.
Selling wristwatches.
No, I'm gonna go out and say it's not a thing.
Yeah, they still have a website. They have a website.
Get out of town.
Welcome to the world of Sassoon. Hold on, I'll share.
Staying power.
Hold on.
They all left that company and went to the company that.
See?
Wow.
The world of Sassoon.
Sassoon Academy.
I was waiting for it to be like now on the metaverse.
No, they're not even on the metaverse. They're on Second Life still.
Heretic,
oh man, did our troll leave? I was really hoping the troll was going to be here for the new piece.
I'm so tired of trolls, you guys.
They only go to the 2010s though. I don't know if they're updating stuff there. Did you see that up top? There was
no. This is no. This is the legacy, or how they phrase it, heritage. This is the heritage page.
Gotcha.
So I was just looking to see like what it said, like about how they started and stuff. So yeah, Vidal Sassoon, it's them. See, they're still legit. Eric, you were wrong. They are still.
They just rebranded, and that's why I couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, I get it. It's me, Prop, and ICU. We're doing a group watch along. Oh, you guys are all together. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, friends. I love my friends. Plus, they said my hair looks nice, so I love you even more today. Oh, okay. Hold on. I don't think I have any more news. Let me double check because I forget things.
So, chat, get out there and make some news.
Please and thank you. Well, I'm not. I mean, listen. There's news. We could talk about some shit, but I mean, I was just talking about like the stuff I had planned. So we did Donziger. We did.
I just always hear, fucking George Clooney in Good Night and Good Luck. It says there is no news. So go out and make some news. Rob a bank, mug an old lady, whatever you have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
A lot of disturbing comparisons to be made watching that movie with the McCarthy era to the last 6 months.
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm done, you guys. If I think of something else, then
yes, Steve, we did talk
Rogan, Joe Rogan. The same people who want to censor me are the people who imprison Assange for reporting their crimes.
Wait,
damn, way to bring it to the forefront of the conversation.
Oh wait, maybe I did see this.
Oh no, that's not him. Unless he's just not. No, he's probably. I'm sure he's certified. Or whatever that's called.
Oh yeah, this is that.
Yeah, it's probably the fan page. It's not his. Not what. Come on, Joe Rogan. I've been trying to get his attention for ages, you guys. Like, I know he's talked about Assange, and that's cool and all, but we need to get him to have like Nils Melzer and Roger Waters on for like a 3 or 4 hour deep dive. And like really,
Roger Waters feels like that should be an automatic for Rogan.
Yeah, right. Who's gonna say no? I don't want to meet the guy that says no to Roger Waters.
Then also Nils Melzer, I think, gives that a perfect balance. Can you imagine Joe Rogan, Nils Melzer, and Roger Waters? Like that, to me, in my brain, like that just is like the best trifecta to like really get into the case. Really, I mean, I think Nils Melzer gives it that credibility, that kind of whatever official like affiliate. He's the UN Special Rapporteur on Torture. He's moving to a different job, but I mean he has like that kind of professional credibility, right? And then Roger Waters is just a fucking badass, and then Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan. He's very inquisitive, he's very curious, he's going to ask a lot of questions. They both are very intelligent and very well spoken. They know the case backwards and forwards. It would be fucking awesome for Julian Assange if that happened. Do you guys even understand? That would be fucking awesome. Joe Rogan gets like 11 million listeners on a podcast. Can we fucking please make this happen? Somebody, Jimmy Dore, you have contacts to Joe Rogan. Can you please ask him? Abby Martin, you have contacts. Kyle Kalinske, Tim Pool. Somebody fucking ask Joe Rogan to do this. I don't have any contacts. Yes, everybody. I've been trying to get a hold of him on Twitter. I've been trying to get a hold of him on. I heard that he doesn't really check his Twitter, but he does check his Instagram. I've tweeted at Jamie. Is that his name? Jamie Vernon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah.
I've tweeted to that guy. It would be huge. It'd be fucking huge for Julian Assange for that to happen. And can we please make that happen? Surely we can make that happen, right? Right?
I would like to think that would be very possible.
We have to be able to do that. Like, I know that we can make enough noise for that to happen. And I know that like a lot of the people who I know would love to see that episode. It would be hugely informative. It would be, I mean, come on, you guys, this case has literally everything. Sex, drugs, espionage. I mean, it's all crazy. It sounds like a bad spy movie, but it's reality. And it would be like a really good episode. Can we please?
James Lindsay has had some talk about Assange recently too, hasn't he?
Who?
James Lindsay.
It sounds familiar. I'm really
who is he? He wrote that book with Peter Borgeson. I can't remember how to say his last name. But he was a part of a group of people who did all these like fake peer-reviewed papers and got them published in these journals. And then he's spawned off and done some other things now as well. But he's one of those guys who was like in the same world as like who was the professor who got attacked at the college in it was either Washington or and then he's got the brother who's always on Rogan, the Weinstein brothers. Do you know what I'm talking about? Brett and Eric.
Is that right? Maybe I'm not as bad at names as I thought, you guys. Sometimes I pull them out of my ass.
That was well done.
Thank you.
Presto.
Presto. Just like that.
Yeah, I wasn't following him, but he sounds familiar. But I am, again, really bad at names. But I'm not following him, so I may.
But I think James Lindsay has brought up Assange recently, if I'm not
Everybody
mistaken.
should be bringing up Julian Assange. Jesus, it's so
And that guy was recently on Rogan, too.
Yeah. No, we really do need to get... Yeah, Glory Tim Dillon. Somebody we know, or somebody we know knows somebody that knows Joe Rogan. Come on. All we got to do is get I know he would do it.
Did Tara Reid do Rogan?
I don't know, but she should.
Okay.
Dude, no, she couldn't. There's no way. I would know because I love her and I would have definitely listened to that episode of Joe Rogan.
Right.
So I don't think so, but she should. But we have to get him to do like a whole ass episode on Julian Assange with somebody excellent from within Assange world like that. You know what I mean? That sphere has to be the right people. You know what I mean? But seriously, that could be fucking enormous for Assange. That could shift.
I don't know if Abby Martin is still a Rogan person now, though.
I don't know if she is either, but I'm launching out all of everybody that I know that that has been on that show. We need to start trying to get them to. I don't care. Glenn Greenwald, I know you have contacts to him. Go ask him. There's Roger Waters has probably been on there before. I would guess. But we need to get somebody to get Joe Rogan to hear this. I know he would do it. I know he would. It would be a great episode. He's not a fool. So
yeah,
surely we can make that happen. Please help me. Help me, guys. Help me do it. Let's do it. Bitches, let's go. All right. I think I'm done though, Jesse. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay. I think I'm
actually have two.
Yay.
I'll go ahead and do the first. The first one I've put cats, settle down. My God.
Oh my God, that was amazing.
I don't know how loud that was. If you could hear it, like
I
the
could hear
cartoon
it.
sound effect, but it sounded like it's all good fun. They love each other.
That's
So
funny.
this first one is my what started off as my hit piece, and then just kind of addressed NFTs as a concept and the myriad millions of like Bored Ape clone. Just here's something that we've assigned some randomized traits to, and we're going to pump it up with value because we say so. And yeah, seeing Max from Eve 6 sharing the stuff about Hit Piece. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh no.
Hit Piece, ironically named,
Hold on.
is a website that basically made NFTs of every song they could get their hands on in the Spotify database, and made an NFT of the album art, one for each song on the album.
This sounds familiar. I think I did hear about this.
They would sell, the concept being that they sell them, they hold on to the money. If the artist gets wise, they can either take the money or they can say, I don't want you doing that, and they'll refund the money to the customer. And either way, they got to hold the money and gather interest on it and trick themselves off about, doing something in the tech world. But the big surprise is just, raping a bunch of people's content. So it's not like I have anything that someone's going to want or an NFT that would be of any value. And there were a lot bigger names than me on there, for God's sakes. I mean, if you were going to get a Taylor Swift NFT or a Jessie Jet one, we know what you are going to get. They had Star Wars soundtracks. They had Disney soundtracks. Like it and of course proved to be just a publicity thing that they knew they'd get in trouble. They'd just go, oh, sorry, we didn't know. And then try to build from there. But someone, I think it was Charlie, actually, had asked if I was going to do something, whatever. And I was like, honestly.
Charlie Mack? Is Charlie here?
Yeah.
Charlie.
And I was like, honestly, the idea of someone losing just a dumb amount of money on an NFT that I had something to do with in some way, that's kind of the whole purpose of what I'm doing this for, really, is, people that have disposable wealth, those kind of douche rivers that would do something like that. If you play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And if it happens to be the cover of War Crime Jams to Pork 2 or one of my other fine records, then that's just silver lining for me. I don't really have much of a dog in the fight. So with that said, I saw that some SoundCloud rapper put up a song about Hit Piece calling out what they were doing, and really quickly he got hit with a cease and desist and all these legal threats. And I was like, I want one. So and of course I don't remember what it was, but I said something earlier that day that I shouldn't have, and I got shadow banned pretty hard. So I put this song up the other night, but to little fanfare. But such is Twitter. This is called Hit Piece. Welcome to the future. Those of you with money, climb aboard. Everything looks bleak as shit, but either way, it's yours. Welcome to a future where the only apes left are simultaneously bored and fantastically adorned. A Viking hat with horns, a jersey like LeBron's, a growler full of JJ Bibbs, couple sips gone, and there's only 20 minted. If you get it while it's hot, they'll be adding on an NFT of album art my brother's drawn. See, the money's all real, but the value is as fake as your shitty little JPEG ape and his stifled yawn. So if you take the bait and then you lose a stupid fortune, you have only you to blame it on. But I'll be watching, listening, and licking lips because it's just pure deliciousness that goes down like filet mignon. And I am happy to confess that, yes, I love to watch the money-hungry vomit on themselves. Watch your little yacht club army occupy itself and colonize itself, and attempting to legitimize, lobotomize itself, monopolize itself, and attempting to diversify, yossify itself, praising an intangible and predatory idol that does not exist sufficiently to prophesy itself. See, it just needs believers it can fleece right out their clueless little scalps onto a shelf, where they can be the trophies and the souvenirs of wealth. So I'm drinking to their health, because I produce a hit piece of my own in every breath. And if my bootlegged NFT produced with no okay from me should prove to be the instrument of someone's private market crash, starving their portfolio to death, I'm all too proud to help. I don't foresee it weighing all too heavily upon what little conscience I got left, just in case you couldn't tell. So when you meet your early grave, thank the ape that wouldn't sell.
Dude, you threw some JJ Bibbs in that shit.
I should
Caught that
do.
right away.
You threw some JJ Bibbs up in that shit.
Okay,
love it.
so I'm sending you. Well, I sent you both that, but I'm sending you now the text for this next piece.
Okay. I'm
Um,
excited.
So this one, you know, I usually, like I've said, I write in just this kind of quick fugue state, and this, I like, and have to admit, I did it today, but I kind of took my time. It was a bit more crafted, a bit more deliberately than I usually do, and I think for that, I got a piece that I felt like has a bit more coherent of a meaning, and that I was going through a junk drawer and I found a $50. And I was just struck by the audacity that it takes to do what we did to Kennedy and then celebrate him the way we did and put him on stuff.
We're
and
amazing.
And I was actually talking, I was on Savage Joy's show last night, and we were talking about Assange's appeal. And I was just saying how frustrating it is how few people will speak up for Assange, but you know that if he dies in prison, they'll come out of the woodwork when it's safe and be able to celebrate him as a beacon of free
100%.
speech and all this stuff. And what a slap in the face that's going to be. And that really, there's the through line to JFK that I didn't know there was. And I zoned out for a long time looking at that coin and just thinking about what a ballsy fucking American thing to do that is. And I wrote this. This is called $50. Cats. We had this talk. That's not part of the text.
I wish it was.
Can you write a song called
Cats.
that?
We had this talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
I found a $50 in a dresser drawer and spent the time I would have spent just staring at the floor, staring down at JFK, trying to imagine the immoral sort of irony that makes a nation feign commemoration of a man that it had murdered by the CIA, trying to envision us if we possessed the healthcare he had talked about in '58. I guess the takeaway is it's a piece of fucking cake to celebrate somebody's bravery once you've assured they're safely in the grave. And I bet if Pat Tillman were alive today that he would say the same. And I'm sure we're in for more if they let Julian decay. I bet that they would put him on a quarter. I bet that they would name a conference room in his honor at the IMF, the New York Times, the FBI, and Citibank. I guess the takeaway is it's a no-risk softball pitch to uplift somebody's image once their image is the one thing that remains. And the worst is when it's coming from a figurehead who's funding every agency that authored the remains and working with the agency that doctored the remains, the agency that obfuscates the facts and spins a constant storm of shifting blame. I guess the takeaway is that America will sing your praises loud as day to celebrate the fact you and the threat you posed have passed away. Shit, they'll throw you a parade. And business just as usual will live another day. And all of the insurance gods will bathe in all the praise and make donations rain. And all their winged, wicked little lobbyists will blow their horns and light the flames. The ceremony starts, and they in single column march up to the weathered onyx arch and sand the marker down that bears your name. So you no longer are and never were until your hideous rebirth within the corporate frame. Until you're back from the dead and then bound for all eternity in propaganda's chains. It's the very ritual that whittled down the legacy of Martin Luther King into a parable on unity for liberals to claim. And once they learned it worked, the world would never be the same. And now it's getting worse. I guess they're dialing in their aim. History is a straight line, but so's a moving train, which is heavily dependent on our infrastructure grade. We are building back better in a nation built on slaves, so you can guess the ultimate direction that our pathway to the future paves. They don't want you living, or they'd offer you a living wage. They don't want you feeding any homeless. It's just best to leave them freezing in the alleyway. They don't want you speaking words of hope unto the hopeless, or they'll do you up like JFK. Found a $50 in my dresser, and I spent the rest of my whole day depressed because this constant drop in pressure means that you can catch the bends from simply sitting up in bed awake. It looks like 2022 is really not the year for you to have your lives improved. I guess you'll have to wait.
But not to fret. Election season's just around the bend. Why don't you go ahead and save the date? So you can throw yourself before the magistrate and beg to have your family saved. You don't know the people you elect to lead you more than what their ad portrays. You can't tell their offerings of saccharin and arsenic from ordinary aspartame. And you can't really comprehend the kind of greed this country feeds upon until you're Jackie O wearing close to half a brain. And probably the half that would have seen us passing M4A. All to keep the pieces in their places in the never-ending profit game. All to weave a tapestry of ampersands. Each allows a claim adjuster room to just dismiss you with a callous hand like fuck you and your meds. Fuck you for requesting a procedure that you need so you can stand. Fuck you and your family and your poor demands. So welcome to the land where we'll assassinate a man and then put him on a $50 stadium or stamp and proclaim ourselves the greatest country ever master planned, killing off its citizens, enriching all its brands. Thank you.
Dude.
How come you only need a tiny sip of water before starting something like that?
That's such a great
I don't. It
question.
just felt weird. Just be like,
Fam.
I mean, if you
in for a
needed
minute
to take a whole glass beforehand, I'd be like, take your time, dude. You got a long one in front of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
Reminds me of, real quick, is just that stupid FBI tweet we got to get every year on MLK Day.
yes, exactly. And that's the first thing I thought of, is that it literally just, how can you take someone who was the antithesis of what you stand for and pervert their image once they're neutered, once they're neutralized and their image is safe, and you can make it whatever you want.
And it's not like you point. It's not like a one-time thing. We've done that to lots of people.
It gets worse and worse, and it's just more of a slap in the face every time.
And until I heard you do that just now, I didn't put the pieces together. Like, no, this is what they do.
Yeah.
I didn't put it together that they did this to MLK, they did this to JFK, they did this to RFK.
We've talked about this for years.
I did. I literally, I don't usually write from personal experience unless it's something about talking about like putting my head through a wall. But I sat and zoned out and looked at that for a minute, and I was just like, God, the fucking audacity, really. And I did. I started thinking about how people would, and knock on wood, I hope it doesn't fucking happen, but be able to come out and all of a sudden heap all this praise on Julian that they couldn't be bothered to do when he was alive. And
that's going to happen. I've been saying that for the longest fucking time. And we've been talking about, this is what I'm talking about when I say that it would be cool if we could support our truth tellers in real time. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
Yep.
All of our like Malcolm X, MLK, JFK, all of these people, Assange. People are gonna be like, oh my God, I can't believe she compared Julian Assange to JFK and MLK. Yes, I do. These are all unbelievable truth tellers, like brave. Yes, I do. And so it would be cool if we could support those people and recognize their service to humanity in real time instead of waiting until they're fucking dead and martyring them. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen. Julian Assange is going to die. And, all of a sudden the squad's going to be like, oh my gosh, Julian Assange was such a bastion of democracy and he was such a fighter for free speech. And that's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's disgusting. And
when whatever that year is, when the eviction moratorium runs out, instead of doing anything about the people getting evicted, they'll be like, "We're making today Julian Assange Day in his memory."
100%. Yep, exactly.
We already have World Press Freedom Day. The judgment came down on December 10th, which was International Human Rights Day. International.
The meme of Reagan and his cabinet laughing their asses off. It's absolutely that. It's them being like,
intentional. International Human Rights Day. And they reversed the decision on allowing Julian Assange's extradition. Are you joking me? Are you like, that's an intentional, they're trolling us intentionally at that point. You cannot tell me otherwise. You cannot. That is way too coincidental. Way too coincidental.
And the same kind of like token, not exactly the same thing, but it parallels, is near the beginning of Biden's presidency, he acknowledged the Armenian genocide as if that was some kind of like bold stance that he was taking. Meanwhile, in Yemen,
we're still funding that shit.
We're still funding it. So
We're
what?
still,
We have
like,
to wait.
helping
We have to
arm
wait
them.
100
Yeah.
years to recognize that one too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're still helping with Palestine. There's a fucking genocide going on in Palestine. Don't get it mistaken. They're calling it apartheid, but fuck that. They're genociding Palestinians. Period.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening.
Oh man,
and-
I didn't
All-
have my phone up before, and I just looked back at chat during that piece, and I love you guys so much. Seriously, I love you guys.
I never look
Fire
at the
and
chat.
hearts.
I'm so bad. And then somebody said, other people who are good at the chat are like, "Oh, look at the chat," and I'm like, "Oh, I missed it." Shit, I'm just so bad at focusing on both things at the same time. I really
There's too much
am.
going on, Misty.
I just get distracted. I get distracted, and when I'm talking to people, I have to focus. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
Oh, in the midst of all the Yemen and Palestinian genocide going on simultaneously, while we're just recognizing 100 years ago the Armenian genocide, they're all they're all still in the same breath talking about Islamophobia.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
Thanks for the tip,
Um,
Anna. There's a chance
yeah.
we'd look back and realize bad faith actors sped up the great inequality by scamming the people like Sanders. Yes. Fuck Bernie Sanders. Dude, there was somebody, who was it? That guy, what's his name? He's a Marxist. I forget
yeah.
his name on Twitter.
Mhm.
But he was talking about people get mad at him because he calls out Bernie Sanders. Who the fuck is still holding on to Bernie Sanders?
weirdos.
Who is still seriously, we need to have a talk. Who is still holding on to Bernie Sanders?
Mhm.
I don't even understand. I don't even understand what is happening with that. Bernie
Don't even
fucking
understand her.
Sanders. No, dude is a sheepdog of the highest order. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Please stop it. Dude does not give two shits about you. He told you that Joe Biden was a decent man and a good friend. He told you that. This is a war criminal, Captain Crime Bill. And
And I
that
love, like,
dude
yes.
went
so
out there
many-
and gaslit you. And not only did he gaslight you, he fundraised. He raised money. Are you joking me? And then Joe Biden? That's really?
And he's still like every chance he gets to kind of just malign Bernie in some really left-handed, sneaky way.
And then Bernie
He
still
does.
kisses his ass.
And then every
Gross.
chance he gets to fillet Mitch McConnell, he absolutely does. Just anyone he can heap praise on.
Him. Thanks for being a good friend. And really, that's who Bernie Sanders sold you. That's who Bernie Sanders told you to vote for. Fuck Bernie Sanders. I don't understand why anybody's still holding on to this.
Oh,
douche.
can we
He
just
screwed
say
you over
I
twice.
love that there are about 40 different directions you can go from Eric Adams saying, "I'm basically the Biden of New York." It's like, oh man, what a template. If there ever was one, Jesus Christ.
Does he think that that's a good thing? He does. He does.
It
Apparently.
does, apparently.
The flow chart from
What
that
is
is just
happening?
nightmare tentacles.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Yeah.
He's a fucking pedophile, dude. He's physically inappropriate with young children, and you're like, I'm New York's Joe Biden. You're a douche. You need to stop talking.
I
What are
mean,
you-
he was a carear
No.
cop,
Not-
wasn't he? So it's
Yes.
pretty close.
Not surprising
not
at all.
Not that like we should really look at poll numbers and take them too seriously, but either you take them with a lot of grain of salt, but his poll numbers are jack shit.
Now, why would you
And-
associate yourself to that?
Exactly.
Dude's about to
Old
start a war
people
with
with-
Russia. He's
Old people with long landlines are saying no to this guy. You know what I mean?
what the fuck, man? But apparently that works in a certain portion of the population. It has to play somewhere. I don't know where.
Brooklyn, New York, apparently.
What the fuck? I don't. But again, oh man, people are so fucked up and propagandized.
You know what's crazy? And I guess I should realize now, like when there was a whole, I don't want to say scandal, the dumb news thing about him having to prove that he lived in New York
Oh
and
yeah.
obviously using his son's apartment to stage this,
Yeah, it was carpet
this
bagging.
interview.
Is that what it's called? Carpet bagging, right?
And I remember seeing that and thinking, God, what a douche. That guy's not going to win. Every time I think that, that's always the person that wins now. That's the ultimate predictors. If you see them, there's
Dude.
no way they're going to vote for that
Electoral
asshole. That's the asshole they're
politics
gonna vote for.
is a
It's
fucking
crazy.
clown show. Electoral politics, you guys. Joe Biden and Donald Trump were your two choices for president of the United States of America in the year 2020. It's broken. It doesn't get any worse. I mean, I shouldn't say that because it could absolutely get worse. But Jesus fucking Christ, if you're brought down to Joe Biden and Donald Trump, you should want to tear the system down.
Exactly.
That is horrific.
Exactly.
That is horrific. That is the two choices that we
Honest
were left
question.
with.
Honest question I posed to either one of you or anyone in the chat. Who was worse, Trump and Biden or Trump and Hillary?
Trump and
It's a hard one, right?
Hillary's got big dreams of doing the kind of insidious shit that Joe Biden's done.
Hillary's
his
more
whole career.
intelligent.
I do. Yeah, Hillary would get probably more.
That's not saying a lot, but
damage
you're right.
done
No,
'cause
and
she'd
I think
have
that makes
time
her
to do it.
more potentially damaging because he's like he can't even form a coherent sentence. She's
Yeah.
cunning. She is cunning. I mean,
Yes.
she's a well-connected sociopath. What isn't that what Julian Assange is? That
Yeah.
hold on. She's a very intelligent, well-connected sociopath or
That's a very good
something.
quote. If it is,
I'm paraphrasing, but it's
I don't want to
hold on.
disparage her too much because if you recall, she writes my checks. So I really.
Oh, right. Hold on.
I don't know if you. I don't know if
okay.
you read the gossip, but it's.
I don't. No, I don't. So Assange called Hillary a quote bright, well-connected sociopath, end quote.
okay.
So he said, quote, we believe it would be, and this is from this. He is said to this. Julian Assange is said to have written this. On the Twitter account. It was supposedly presented in a section of the Mueller report. So take this with a grain of salt, of course. But I could totally see him saying this because he did compare Trump and Clinton to syphilis and gonorrhea. So, so he said, we believe it would be much better for GOP to win. Dems plus media plus liberals would then form a bloc to rein in their worst qualities. With Hillary in charge, GOP will be pushing for her worst qualities. Dems plus media plus neoliberals will be mute. She's a bright, well-connected sociopath. That is the best description I've ever heard of Hillary Clinton.
Not bad.
Yeah, and so
I
think she would be definitely more dangerous.
I think Mystery One has the remark of the night, though, not referring to Hillary as cunning, but as cunting. I think
Yes.
that's fitting.
Yes. She's nuts. Like she is legitimately evil.
Yeah.
Oh,
like she's
100%.
Kissinger level psychopathy.
Yeah.
For
I would agree
sure.
with that.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'll
clueless.
give that I thought she would never be beaten, but someone did beat her, was in the cackle, and Kamala defeated her in the cackle category.
Yeah.
You think so?
That cackle is something else.
No, she doesn't. She like does the fake laugh thing. Does she cackle? I don't pay enough attention to Kamala Harris to know.
Hillary
she
laughs when
cackle?
she actually finds something funny. Now, granted, sometimes it's a very morbid thing, like Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Like
But,
Gaddafi.
We
Yeah.
came, we
But
saw, he died. He got a bayonet shoved up his ass.
Yeah.
Kamala's
she's-
is a bit. It vacillates
It's
between that kind of
manufactured.
that weird desperation in a hostage video, or just
Hers is more
absolutely
duping delight to me.
that like she just doesn't give a shit. Whatever serious thing she's talking about, she can't help but crack up because it's all just it doesn't mean anything to her.
I think
That's a
Hillary
good way to-
laughs because she's evil. I think Kamala Harris laughs because she thinks that she's getting one over on us. Like that's that duping delight thing. That's like a real thing. And I think that she's like she knows she's lying, and so she laughs because she's uncomfortable.
She's just so tickled about it.
Yeah. But she, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I think Hillary laughs because she's
gonna snap
legitimately
her fingers
evil.
and do a
Hillary's
white
tickled
woman
by war
dance.
crimes because she's
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Kamala Harris comes anywhere close to the level of depravity of Hillary Clinton. I really don't. I think she's way too superficial. You know what I mean? I don't think she has like a lot of. She's just doing it for the notoriety, the fame. She's like she's like full on narcissist, and they all are. But I think Hillary Clinton is far more intellectually inclined, more cunning. Kamala Harris is not like a deep thinker.
No.
I think Hillary Clinton is. I think Hillary Clinton has a whole thing, Hillary Clinton freaks me out a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kamala was
fucking
definitely the poster child of sucking her way to the top.
She's manufactured. She's 100% manufactured. She probably has an acting coach. Like they give her things to say, how to say them. She practices them in front of a mirror. I mean, this for sure. She is
That's
very
what I loved is, you know, it
manufactured.
was very clear for a long time they were kind of grooming her to be this
Yeah.
next great Democratic political
and she's
candidate.
so bad at
And
it.
it's like they spent all this time trying to make this robot or whatever,
And
and
she
it's just
sucks.
it doesn't work. And they're like, why aren't people believing it? What did we
Nobody
do
likes her. She's so unlikable. And it's because she's so bad at it. I don't
Mhm.
know what I will say AOC is better at it than her, but AOC, it's the kind they're
Mhm.
both over actors.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like
I- I've-
they're not
I
very
highly-
authentic.
I highly recommend, and it's also entertaining. Is there's a collection of Norm doing Hillary jokes on SNL when he was doing the news,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and you get that kind of feel of like a Hillary in a Kamala stage almost,
Mhm.
Mhm.
where she doesn't have that 30 plus years of being manufactured, if you will,
Mhm.
you know, so that there's like you get a feeling of like Hillary's kind of in that Kamala stage back in whatever that was, 93 or whatever, you know?
Yeah. The 90s. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still think that even at that time, Hillary Clinton was much more intelligent than Kamala Harris is now. She was much more
You're
kind. She
probably
knew
right.
she was aware of the plan. She knew the plan. She knew where they were going. They had to kind of shift her image a few times to get where they were going. Many accent changes and all of
Mhm.
that stuff. But I think she was a fully cognizant participant. Kamala
Mhm.
Harris, I think, is just you know what I mean? She just does what she's told.
Yeah.
I don't think she has a lot of deeper thought underneath of it. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, I do think she does. I really do. Like I hope that's making sense. Like she's not, I think Kamala Harris is just
does,
far more
100%.
superficial.
Yeah.
So Hillary Clinton, I find to be a genuinely disturbing human being.
I wonder if Hillary Clinton came off more, I hate to use the word genuine, than Kamala, just based on she had even though she grew up in Illinois, right? Wasn't she from Chicago?
Yes. And then she pretended to have a Southern accent when Bill
Right.
was running for governor. And then
Right.
she kind of dropped that. And it would fluctuate back and forth. She's had many different accents. There's like a mashup on YouTube of her.
But
We
she
should
had-
play it. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
We'll play it. We'll play that shit.
But
It's
she
funny.
had like a kind of like a mothery, if you will, kind of aura with her. If you remember that I think it was 60 Minutes when they're doing the interview where the light came down on the two of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Oh, it was
Hillary
so
goes,
close.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, and
Mhm.
leaps from the couch. It was still
Mhm.
one of my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
Hillary
Here.
Hillary
Hold
seems
on.
like just an evil person. Kamala Harris seems like a robot trying to be an evil person. Like
Yeah.
That's a good way
there's
to
some
put it.
level of Kamala Harris triggers, like, you know, the uncanny valley. Are you familiar with that concept?
With what? I'm sorry. What?
The uncanny
I've
valley.
heard it. Heard this
So
Mm,
this is cool. It'll also scare the hell out of you. There's this thing they learn to chart where the more human something appears, the more we're drawn to it, the more we
Yeah.
like it. You make a little stick figure. We're like, oh, it looks like a little dude. You put a little face on it, like, oh, it totally looks like a little dude.
Oh
mhm.
yes, now I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
There's
yeah.
a point where all of a sudden you go more and more realistic. Let me do this the other way so it's actually going to work on the screen. You'll go more and more realistic and we like it. And then suddenly there's a point where it's super realistic and we go, get that thing the fuck away from me. There's just this primal fear that kicks in.
Yeah.
And there are moments where Kamala tries to, in the middle of a serious talk, what was the line she said that time? In the past, wars were fought over oil. In the future, they will be fought over water. And then she does this weird little laugh, and like it just gives you a fucking chill. And it does. It's that like, oh, that's just like concentrated evil that you're looking at. And someone was describing the uncanny valley to me once, and this really stuck with me. They said, for us to have that in us, like evolutionarily, somewhere along the line, a long time ago, we knew to be very afraid of something that looked human but wasn't actually human. And that really stayed with me. That totally stayed with me.
Yeah.
But
That is
I
a little creepy.
you know, there are moments if you watch some of the new, like those like AI cyborg things they've been doing that do the facial expressions, and there will be one that all of a sudden just really unnerves you. And yeah, Kamala Harris, I sometimes feel like I'm watching a program malfunctioning, like
Yes.
max headroom
Yes.
level, just like
Yes.
it's so
Yeah.
bizarre.
Okay, here, let's play this really quick because this is funny.
We're talking about
Okay.
accents. Everyone has one, even if you don't think you do. And some of us have more than one, like Hillary Clinton.
It was really silly. I'm glad nobody was around. And
Her accents have fluctuated a lot
The road to being somebody in this society starts with education.
Yes, that's Hillary in 1983. It's hard to tell whether she's pandering to her audience or just mimicking the people around her. That's not unusual, and lots of other politicians have done the same thing. But with Hillary, we have 3 decades of multi-regional public life to sift through. Let's go back to that 1983 clip.
Starts with education. Education.
Even though she's from Illinois, she did marry a guy from Arkansas. So it's not unreasonable that that would affect her speech.
Yes,
That
it is.
England Southern accent, though, it starts to fade just 4 years later.
It is difficult to draw the lines between personal privacy, family privacy. But I think as a society, we've had more than enough examples.
There's a twang, but it's on its way out. The weird thing is that accent returns in 1992 when Bill Clinton is running for president.
You know, they've just been minding their own business and they got hit by a meteor. You know, I'm not sitting here as some little woman standing by my man like Tammy Wynette. Every time she called distraught saying her life was going to be ruined.
But through the 90s, Hillary discards her drawl.
I think that is exactly where it goes.
Think so?
Right there in the middle on the top.
Good.
Looks great, Martha.
Side note, there are several Martha Stewart White House specials from the 90s, and all of them are amazing.
No, they're
Anyway.
not. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, that's. But for
Although,
real,
did you
that's
see that
pandering
clip
some
of Martha
bullshit.
Stewart?
Yeah.
Which the prison comment?
Yeah.
It's super flat. She's like, well, there shouldn't be prisons. People
Yeah.
shouldn't be in prison.
Was it on Ellen or some shit?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still funny. It's still funny. People will post the picture of her and Snoop, and they'll be like, "One of these two people has been to prison," and you're like, you know, because it's just fun because they're like best friends, and it's weird. Like it's I don't know, it's just the least likely duo, you know, and they're like best buds. Who knew? Yeah, Meteor.
Like Martha
Meteor.
Stewart was like
Oh, that was the
insider
worst.
trading Jesus, and she went to prison so that no one in Congress would ever have to.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, but she's, I mean, like, it's just this disingenuous and that's manufactured and that's poll tested and committee approved. You know what I'm saying? Like, they sit down with focus groups and they figure out, you know, what sounds best and what do people what are most people drawn to. And if you're running for governor, your accent might be different than if you're running for president. And it's a whole fucking thing. It's a production. It's a soap opera with psychopaths. I've been saying it.
Yep.
Well, I
been
told
saying
you.
it.
I told you when I was on Bitch with you, when I was walking around with her for that day, and I got to see it with my own eyes.
Yeah,
you
Eric
know?
covered
And-
her when she came. Like, he was a journalist in the military, and he covered an event that she was at, and so he saw her up close and personal.
And you could just watch every facial movement was to engage a certain person and insert a certain.
It's
group of
all very
people,
intentional.
Everything,
It's all very
everything.
scripted.
It was just,
it's all
and I think I told you this when I was on your show back then too, where I said I sold cars back in the day, before I got into this business or whatever. And you're about as fake as anyone professionally. And so I was around that atmosphere for a while, and that she blew that out of the water. It wasn't even a comparison. It was literally every eye movement, every facial expression, everything
mannerism
was a
every
manufactured
word.
reaction to how she thought she was supposed to perceive people. There was not a genuine
It's a performance
ounce of anything in her.
Yeah, she's playing a role. They're playing a role. It really is a soap opera with psychopaths. That's all it is. And they don't even they're not even the people still are trying to pretend like the president matters. It doesn't matter who the president is. You
Yeah.
think Joe Biden's making decisions? Of course not. And is he any different than Donald Trump? No, the agenda stays the same. And Donald Trump wasn't that much different. The rhetoric's different. It's a different book on the same, or a different cover on the same book. That's all it is. It's, it's a different presentation. It's one will play off, they'll pander to their audience. The other, they play each other off. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a performance. Electoral politics is not real. It's, professional wrestling. It's crazy. It really does not make a difference. Those people, and for example, like Congress people, they don't write the bills. They don't even read the bills.
No, those
Lobbyists
1,000-page
write
bills.
the bills, and then they pay
Yeah.
the politicians to vote a certain way, and then they go in, they're handed a script of like the speech they're going to give to Congress, and they give their little speech, they vote the way they've been told, and everybody goes home. And it's all a performance. None of these people have any idea what's actually going on. They have really very little control or power. It's all in the hands of corporations and lobbyists, and everything else is just a show.
Look at that.
It's still real to me,
Roll
Misty.
credits.
Sorry, I'm a little ranty today. I've been ranty all day. Facts on Friday was the same way. I went the fuck off about some things. I get that way sometimes. I can't help it. I wish if you're coming for professional news delivery, this is not the place for you. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. Yeah. So fuck these people. Fuck the whole system. We need to start working outside the system, building outside the system, build parallel structures and societies and economies, trade, help your neighbors, learn to fix shit, all that stuff. That's it. That's all we got left. We're done. It's done.
Can I join the Amish without being religious?
Yes. Why can't we just start our own like we joke about a slow news day. What are they called? God damn it.
Commune?
Yes, thank you. Word totally escaped me.
I'm just imagining Eric in this sweet reality show like Undercover Amish.
I would watch that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a fun
I
shit.
would fail miserably because I can't grow shit right here.
And JJ Bibbs can buy ad time.
In there somewhere.
They can buy ad time. They can be a sponsor. Maybe we can do some
For
product
sure.
placement or something.
The barbecue sauce.
Yeah,
I was about to say the Amish would love our hickory slather.
for sure. And the smack roll. Who doesn't love a good barbecue smack roll?
Forgot about the smack roll. Oh man,
Oh my goodness. My cheeks are a little bit from
so many
smiling.
flavors. It's hard to keep track.
I know, right? Oh goodness. Okay. Do we have anything else?
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so. I mean, it's been kind of slow on the whistleblower updates. There's nothing really going down with Daniel Hale. There's nothing really going down with Josh Rochelle. I mean, Snowden's doing Snowden's thing. Kiriaku's doing Kiriaku's thing. I know Randy Credico's got another stand-up show coming up in DC in March. I don't remember what day, but it's like Lee Camp, Katie Halper, Randy Credico, some other people that I'm forgetting. Probably you have to show your papers to get in, so do with that information what you will. But yeah, Randy's you can go check out Randy's Twitter feed for that. Obviously we have April, the events in DC coming up in April. I know Glory's going to try to organize something in the LA area in March. I'm going to try to do something either this month or next month in Columbus probably. Yeah. Oh, we just need so much help. Joe Rogan, please, sir, please.
Should we select like a day where everyone just like blurts out a hashtag?
I would love
or
that.
something?
I would love that. If we could get a day where everybody harasses Joe Rogan. Yes, whatever it takes to get his attention, because I know once we get his attention, he would be down for it. I know he would. So we just need to make it happen. So let's just whatever day, I don't care. I think Instagram's probably our better bet unless we go after Jamie on Twitter, because again, I don't think Rogan actually does his own Twitter. But somebody said that they heard that it is actually him on Insta. So
but I
whatever.
wonder if we got something going on Twitter that started trending, if that would still be more
I'm sure then
significant
somebody
than
close to him
Instagram.
would bring it to his attention.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we know, like, there are people within our spheres. I mean, out there, but Jimmy Dore, he's been on Rogan a couple of times. Can you, like, I'm sure you got his number, text him for us, or Kyle Kalinske. You guys know I'm not a big fan of Kyle Kalinske, but go text Joe Rogan for us, would ya? I'll give you huge props for that. Tim Dillon, I know Tim Dillon is Assange friendly. I don't know if R.A. the Rugged Man has been on Rogan, but he should be if he hasn't been. But he should. I mean, everybody. We need, like, the bigger name people that do it. I mean, maybe if Blumenthal tweeted it out too, the bigger names that do it, the more likely it's going to be to grab his attention. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. And plus, the more people that will see it, which means the more people who will join in. So yeah, if we can just get some people with big platforms to push it, we could get his attention, and that's all it will take. It's a great idea. It would be a great show for him, and he knows that. Like a lot of people would listen to that episode, guaranteed. So yeah, please, let's do that. Please, 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 pretty please. Maybe he has like a contact email. I don't know. Something.
I know that at one point he said like he gets an onslaught of suggestions
Yes.
through
this is
email
necessary.
or something like that. But no, what I'm saying is
no, I know.
If you get enough people that
especially on a single day, because then it's like
right. Well, and it's not going to be at his email or his text or his phone number or whatever, but it's at him, but not at him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, we need to make it happen.
So let it be written.
Yeah, let's go for it, you guys. Let's do it. We need to get it done. I can't believe it hasn't happened already, to be honest with you. He has spoken on this issue on several occasions. Never to the, I mean, listen, I'm pretty hard to please on this. So there are very few people, like I think maybe Consortium News is the only place that I don't think they should cover. Kevin Gostola, I think probably covers it enough. Mo, I mean, there's a couple people who I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like say you need to cover it more, but most people you need to cover it more. So, and he's no different, and it's been fucking almost 3 years since he's been arrested. What's taking so long, fucker?
Yeah.
Sorry, I should be nice to him. I want him to do a show and I'm calling him a fucker. It's a great approach, Winston.
Yeah. I think you can take a joke.
You didn't get all those money bags being polite, okay?
That's right.
Around the bush.
And Rogan would take, like, he's not an idiot. He knows that I'm just, I don't think he would take the offense to that in any way. So yeah, let's make that happen. Jesse is on Bandcamp. Today's Bandcamp Friday, by the way. There's still an hour. There's still an hour left. I don't know if they do on Eastern, but there's an hour left Eastern time. So
I had someone, I'm not sure if it was someone that follows me on Twitter or not. I guess it would have to be by the coming of spring today. So thank you to that person.
Yay!
Get ready for 45 minutes.
I'm going to take credit for that because I tweeted your shit out.
Yes, you did.
So I'm going to take credit for that because that's what I do.
So you'll get your cut. So one of those money bags is getting a little plumper.
I don't need a cut, dude. Let's see. Here's the link for Jesse's Bandcamp. I'm going to drop it in Rockfin and on YouTube. There's still an hour left on Bandcamp Friday, which means that Bandcamp doesn't take anything. Everything goes straight to the artist.
You want spoken word? I got spoken word. You got 50s nuclear Holocaust doo-wop? I'm your guy. I got an EP. Let's get weird.
Yeah. There's a little something for everybody, legitimately. And also Krish Mohan. I always try to hype Krish Mohan as well. So let me drop that as well because he's an amazing
very good stuff.
Comedian and he's my friend, and so I always try to hype his shit as well. So let me drop his link for you too. Again,
I always have so much fun when I'm on with Krish.
I love Krish.
I could just hang out and talk with forever.
Yeah, and he's so nice and he's so I like Krish a lot. So that's why I like to pump his stuff up. So go forth and support our friends. Again, on Bandcamp Friday, Bandcamp doesn't take anything. Everything goes, all the profit goes straight to the artist, which is amazing. Yeah, 1 more hour Eastern. I don't know if that's what time they operate on, but at least you have an hour Eastern. Go forth. Eric, do you have anything coming up you want to hype?
Nothing I didn't already mention on Tuesday.
Okay. I have
unless I can just go through it again. It's yeah, boy, oh boy. Now I'm on the spot again. Emma.
Emma.
Bring our troops home. My friend whose name escapes me, who I'm going to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses with, and then she goes by Orwell Huxley's Ghost on Twitter. She works with TLAV. She's supposed to, and then Addy Ads hasn't gotten back to me yet, but I'm sure he'll be with me shortly.
Cool. Okay, so I have sometime at the beginning of next week, we're going to have Beely on, Vanessa Beely, to talk about some seriously dark and disturbing shit, but that's what we do. So that'll be on Fox. sometime. We haven't locked it in yet, but sometime early next week. And then we have vigils every Tuesday and every Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Unless I decide not to have one. I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants here. I am in a constant state of scramble is what I've been saying. That seems to pretty much sum it up. Like booking all these different shows, I'm like constantly scrambling to figure out what the fuck's happening. So Wednesdays I have Bitch with Comrade Misty. That's a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure Sharif's coming this week, but I'm not positive. Yeah, and I love me some Sharif, so that'll be a good time. And then Thursdays I have Free the Truth with Glory Jones on KRTD Media. And then on what else do I have? I have other stuff. I don't know. Just follow me on Twitter. That's where I'm at most of the time. I don't know why I really hate. Do I have to do that? Do I have to hype my stuff all the time?
You don't have to.
I mean, I know that's like you're supposed to do it, but it's
I mean,
so
those money
annoying.
bags aren't going to feed themselves.
Well, I mean, it's just annoying.
100%. Yeah.
Like I annoy myself repeating it, and I know people just like hearing that all the time. Like you guys know where to find me. I'm on Twitter. Find me. I'll tweet about my stuff, maybe if I remember. And it's fine. Can I stop doing it? Is that okay with everybody? I really don't want to do it anymore. I really don't. Okay, so yeah, we'll be back on what is today? Friday. So we'll be back on Tuesday.
Friday.
No, Jesse.
Partying.
You almost ruined your legacy by doing that.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
I have to.
Yes. Makes my head hurt. And all love to Rebecca Black. She got like totally hosed, and I'm sure she's a wonderful person.
Poor girl.
Yeah, I'm really sorry for what happened to you. I really am. But that song is so awful. God, it sucks. Okay, so here I am rambling again awkwardly. This is what I do. Thanks everybody in the chat. We love you so much. I hope you guys can make it to DC. I will hype the shit out of DC. How about that? April 10th, there's an End the Damn Wars protest. April 11th, there's Assange protest. I don't know what we're calling the Assange protest yet. If you guys have any ideas for that, I'm really bad at that shit. And I know there should be like a catchy something or other we can put on a poster or sign or whatever the fuck. I just free Assange is cool with me. But yeah, come to DC. I would love to meet everybody. We need lots of people.
The next voice silent will be you. Free Assange.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. So that's all I got for you guys. And we'll see you on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.
Much love. Bye-bye.